Okay, before you click to the end, just hear me out. I'm going to get into some questions about why we do this to ourselves. Why? Before you cut to the end, just hear me out and just watch the whole thing, and I'm going to get into some serious questions here. So, enjoy. Okay, if you haven't seen any of my videos about the World Vet Championships, for us old guys to still race, I can't begin to tell you what a great event this really is. You're going to have a chance, whether you're racing or whether you're just there to spectate, a chance to meet some of the icons of the sport. We're talking the biggest names of the 70s, 80s, 90s. Jeremy McGrath, Bob Hanna, Chuck Sun, Doug Dubach, Roger DeCoster, among others. And so it was a great chance for me to meet these guys who I used to follow when I was a teenager and older. I managed to get some signed autographs, and it was great. These are some of the great icons of our sport, and it was really a thrill to meet the man himself, Roger DeCoster, who just happened to be there for Mark Blackwell. Last year was the recipient of the Edison Dye Award. This year it was Jeremy McGrath, so I got to meet Jeremy McGrath, one of the great legends of the sport, and it was just great. And the guy was just so humble and just easy to talk to. It was great, and he signed my plaque. It was awesome. I just had a great time. And Jeremy was there racing in the 450 class. I believe it was the 40 and up. 50 and up? Sorry, Jeremy. But he was there with his awesome 450. I got to get up close and personal and do some spy photos. It was great. Also, he had a two-stroke 125, so he was racing in the Pasha 125 event, which is two strokes, and it was great to see him out there just flying on a two-stroke. It was great. He and Doug Dubach battled. It was just really cool. So I would just encourage you to come out and cheer on the old guys like me, and it's great to just see these old guys race. Now, I can say old guys because I'm an old guy, so I can get away with it. But don't you call me an old guy. I'm also going to do a little narration of my final race there, and I'm going to be talking a bit about the future. So the best part of this whole thing was having my son and my wife there helping me through the whole thing. What a great help they were.
Well, you're on. All right, here we go. Last race. I know, thank you. Need that.
I'm kind of a one-man band. I do all my own videotaping, editing, catering, traveling. I already did this video with just raw footage, and there's these guys here. One's from South Dakota, one's from Texas. So he leans over and he goes, "Why did you bring a knife to a gunfight?"
Why did you bring a knife to a gunfight?
Which I thought was pretty funny at the time, and we talked for a while, and it was all in good fun. It was great. It was really, we're old. We're not out to kill each other. We all know that. You're here to have a good time. Yeah, you're competitive, but you're not. Your career isn't depending on this. You have no aspirations of greatness here. It's just, well, I mean, some guys do. Some guys are just totally psycho, but I guess those are the ones that win. But anyway, the 150, I had the 230 there, disguised as a 150 just for fun, and I had put a car horn on for more fun, and then so I was just looking to have a good time. I mean, sure, we all want to do well, but my goal was to get a top 10 finish out of one of these motos. So I had previously run the 55 plus class, two other motos in this 60 plus class, and I finished with a 16th and an 18th. So this was my chance to get a top 10, which was my goal, to get a top 10 finish in either the 55 plus class or the 60 plus class. So, Here we go. And South Dakota boy, he is gone. Look at that hole shot. He got way out there. And I'm way back in like 25th, 26th place. I'm just doing the best I can to get a mid-pack start. And so far I've got a mid-pack. And right away I start moving up. Pretty bumpy. It's pretty rough in the this is the last moto. So it's pretty rough. Late in the day. Not too late. The sun's not in my eyes yet. Coming up this hill, it can be really in your eyes bad. Right here, I'm about 15th place, and just kind of trying to be cool and not take anybody out, let anybody take me out. That guy almost took me out right there. And again, the 230F is not bad. You know, we have the 240 kit in it. We have the larger webcam, the 402, and we have a larger 1.5 millimeter larger intake valve. And that with the 30 millimeter pumper carb and the rev box, a little bit of cylinder head porting, it all helps. It's all helps. So the thing definitely revs, and you know, the thing just does not have the power that these 250Rs have, and trying to keep up with the Sierra 450s is impossible. So my thinking is, okay, I've got a really light bike. I've knocked 20 pounds off this 230F. So it's down to about 220 pounds. So the 230F, I've got it below 220 pounds now. So right here, I'm up to about 14th by now, I believe. That was close there. Okay, so you can see the bumps are pretty big, and I'm just trying to just not conserve my energy, but just, you know, I kind of know this is my fifth and last. Now, I did not do the 55 plus class final. I made it into the final, but I took my son's advice and I concentrated my efforts into this 60 plus class. I think I just passed that guy for 13. I'm trying to just give it all in this 60 plus class, and this is my chance here. I'm moving up, and I think I've got a good shot. I'm not sure what place I'm in, but I think I've got a good shot for a top 10. Things are looking good. I feel pretty good, and I'm really glad I didn't do that 55 plus class, which would have been only 3 motos earlier. I don't think I would have had the gas in me to finish this race. So I think I probably did the smart thing. I don't know. Running 3 motos in one day on this track, it's a lot. It's really a lot. So at my age, you know, when you're an old dude like me, as I've said before, the ruts on this track are, if you're not used to running big, deep ruts, you may not like this. The track is fantastic. It's just it's an awesome track. It really is. The sand, the damp sand, I love it. I mean, some people don't like it. I love it. I almost got into that guy there. Yeah, it gets deep ruts. It gets big whoops. You don't get a lot of those really sharp square edge things, except on maybe some of the uphill parts. You can see a few there. But I mean, this track is relatively in great shape. For as many guys on it, 1,000 competitors, that's 1,000 bikes on this track all day. Alright, so I'm just kind of running here by myself. Gets kind of lonely. It's hard to gauge your speed. I'm just thinking, okay, you've done the training. There's no excuse to not give it all you got. This is your last race, last chance. I made a goal of getting a top 10 finish. Why did I make that goal? I don't know. On this bike, it's a tall order. This bike is not made for motocross. This bike, as you know, it's a trail bike. And I've taken this trail bike probably to about its limit. With the CRF 150R forks, the Racing Brothers shock, the 240 kit, the other engine mods, really, I mean, this bike is it's nothing like a stock bike at all. It's lighter, it's faster, obviously. If anybody's thinking about doing this with anything close to being stock, forget it. Just don't even think about it. It's hard enough as is. And if you're not in shape, forget about it. Don't do it. I'm not in fantastic shape, but I worked at it for about a year in advance of getting ready for this with a lot of riding. So I have a feeling that you're watching this because you're kind of a motorcycle freak like me. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you've never done this before and you're like, this looks kind of fun. I don't know anything about it, but it looks fun. Well, both are true. Both are correct. But don't go into this thinking it's easy, because it is not easy. It takes years of experience to, I'm not fast. I'm not fast by any means. I feel slow. I feel slow. And I'm just being real here. This is an expensive sport. I don't care what level you're at. Whether you're an expert, novice, first-time beginner, or a pro, it's expensive. And if you think you're going to go out and do this for a living, good luck, because there's a very small percentage of people making a living. The guys at the top, yeah, they're making good money. I mean, your Tomacs, your Rackum, those guys are making bucks right now. Check it out. But the number is very small. Compared to the number of people that are in the NFL making money, there's no comparison. So anyway, those are some realities. The other realities are injuries, and just like being in the NFL, yeah, injuries are a big part of it. And your career, if you want to call it that, your racing days can end in a heartbeat. And I've had a lot of close calls, and I've been injured. I'm nursing a shoulder injury right now, but I'm planning on going back. And like that bad abusive relationship, I just don't care. I'm going back because it's so good. So anyway, those are some of my thoughts. I think I'm going to get this guy here. Maybe not. Nope. And I wish now I would have crossed over a lot of these ruts. Instead of trying to ride, smooth through the line of the rut, just cross over them. I probably should have just pinned it more and just crossed over the rut more and just try not to make it look pretty. Anyway, I got this guy here. And I'm getting up to, I can tell I could be top 10 right now. I don't know. I didn't have a pit board, so I'm just thinking, just keep doing what you're doing. Just stay where you're at. Don't fall. My suggestion, I just know, just don't fall. Because once you fall, as you know, you lose all your energy, you lose all your momentum. It's really hard to get back up to speed again. You tire yourself out. That's the beauty of electric start, and I just love the electric start because when I do go down, I can hit that button and get back up again. That is key. When you have to sit and be kickstart Kenny, not fun. And these 4-strokes, you dump them over a lot of times. They don't want to hot start very well. So I love my electric start. And this thing's a 6-speed. And this being a 6-speed helps a little bit, I think. It's a lot of shifting. It's got a really low gear transmission. I am running a 12-tooth front and 47 rear, which I think a 48 probably would have been better. Running a 1248 setup. I think that would have been perfect for this bike. I tried running a 1350, and it was too low. It was like second gear was almost unusable. It was so low. And then in the straights, I was in 6, and it didn't pull right because it was 6 is quite a bit taller gear, so it just didn't work. So I went back to the 1247. It seemed to work out okay. It was just all right. A little boggy. So I'm probably starting to get pretty tired by now, as I recall, and I'm starting to think about how much time I have left, how much gas I have in the tank, in me being the tank. I'm starting to feel pretty heavy right now and feeling kind of slow. now I'm just wondering why I'm not gaining on anybody. I'm just kind of just staying where I'm at, and I'm thinking, come on, you're gonna have to pick it up here. Pick up your speed. I see one guy at the top of the hill there. This is where I really take a breath right here. This turn always gave me vertigo as I came around this turn. I don't know why. Okay, hard braking bumps, a lot of crashes here, and I saw a lot of crashes here as well, this turn particularly. Okay, there's 3 guys ahead of me. I'm getting closer. I feel like I'm gaining on them. I'm trying to smooth out my riding. And right now I see these 3 guys and I'm thinking I can get around these 3. And who knows what place that is. That could be something really good. So I'm thinking catch these 3. I have enough time to catch these 3. That's kind of where I'm at right now. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm gaining on this guy. I can feel it slowly. I'm working on him. See, he pulls away though. He just pulls away, and then I catch him in the corners. I think I've got a lighter bike and I can outbrake him a little bit. Getting a little closer. I'm thinking, okay, not this turn, but the next I might be able to get him on. Goes on the inside, and there I should have got him there. I didn't. Should have went for it, because right here this was not a good area for me. The bike just didn't want to pull. I kept getting sucked out to the left over here in the soft stuff and really bogging the engine. And so I'm going to switch gears a little bit here. Pardon the pun. I'm going to switch tracks, and I want to talk about why do we do this sport? This sport that, it's like I've said many times before, it's like an abusive relationship. It hurts you, it abuses you, but you keep going back to it over and over again. Why? There's something about this sport, and I've been doing this a long time. I've never gotten really good at it. I've never felt like I was really good at it. And yet I just keep going back to it. Why? And maybe you find yourself in this position. You know, you spend a lot of money at this. You spend a lot of time practicing. You spend a lot of your thoughts on it, maybe. You know, you've sacrificed things, who knows what, to do this. And you were spinning around a dirt track on a 2-wheeled vehicle. Why? You know, when you really think about it, you think, what am I doing this? And when you get out there and you're getting dust in your mouth and you're tired and you're not really having fun because the track's super rough or muddy or raining or whatever, and you're thinking, why am I doing this? It feels good to get out there and moving, and you're doing something kind of unusual. There's a very, very small population of the world doing this particular sport. I mean, face it, this is a fringe sport. And like so many other sports, you know, skiing, snow skiing, surfing, roller blading, ice skating, you name it. I mean, all these fringe sports, you know, they're not stick and ball sports, you know. You got the NFL, the NBA, and the NHL, and all these other acronyms. They're all running the world of sports. And yet, you know, we're out here doing this, and you know, I like watching football like anybody else, but you know, I don't get that into it. It's okay. But man, motorcycles come on the screen, boom, I'm there, you know. So I have a feeling that you're watching this because you're kind of a motorcycle freak like me. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe you've never done this before, and you're like, this looks kind of fun. I don't know anything about it, but it looks fun. Well, both are true. Both are correct. But don't go into this thinking it's easy, because it is not easy. It takes... Now this guy crosses in front of me. I almost get him. Okay, we're coming down to the end of my race. I can't even believe this already. We're coming down to the end of my race. I've worked so hard. I worked for a year to do this. And here I go. I'm coming into the last turns. I'm out of breath. I am just dying here. And I got to get these two guys. Push, push, push. I'm giving it all she's got, and that's all she's got. And so I hook into this inside turn, and I think, okay, I've got him here, and I get all hung up in the rut. I come around the corner. Okay, I'm going to pass him. I'm going to go inside tight, and boom. No! What happened? I have no idea. I went down pretty hard. Thank God for electric start. Got up, looked around, there's nobody behind me, and I'm just in shock. I'm like, okay, what happened? Now, I've analyzed this as to what happened, and I think I know why, and I'm going to get into another video because I think it's an equipment failure. I have a pretty good theory of what it is, so I'll let you know in the next coming video. If you like watching these videos, great. Subscribe or continue to watch, and these videos are tough to make. Let me tell you, it's a lot of work. Hope you enjoyed it. I had a great time. I can't wait till next year. Yeah, you may look at this as disappointing. I was a little disappointed, yes, but overall I had a great time and I'm going back. Thanks for watching.